August 11, 1973. The South Bronx is burning, broke, and written off by everyone. But in the rec room of one apartment block, an 18-year-old kid named Clive Campbell is setting up 2 turntables. His sister Cindy charged a quarter for girls, 50 cents for boys. She needed money for back-to-school clothes. 50 years later, the music born in that room closed the Super Bowl. This is the evolution of hip-hop, and almost every turn was an accident. Clive called himself DJ Kool Herc, and that night he did something nobody had done before. He noticed dancers went craziest during the drum break, so he played 2 copies of the same record, looping the break back to back. He called it the merry-go-round. Today we call it the breakbeat, the DNA of every rap song ever made. Around that loop, a whole culture assembled itself. B-boys, graffiti writers, and MCs talking rhythm over the beat. For 6 years, hip-hop lived only at block parties. No records, no radio. Most people said you couldn't even put it on vinyl. Then in 1979, 3 unknowns from New Jersey recorded Rapper's Delight and proved everybody wrong. It hit the top 40 in America, number 3 in Britain, and became the best-selling 12-inch single of all time. 3 years later, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 released The Message. Rap suddenly wasn't just a party. It was a report from the streets America ignored. Through the 80s, the sound hardened Run DMC drum machines and a new weapon, the sampler. Producers chopped old jazz, soul, and funk records into new beats on machines like the SP-1200. The style got its name from the sound itself. The boom of the kick, the bap of the snare. DJ Premier and Pete Rock turned dusty loops into the sound of New York. In 1994, a 20-year-old from Queensbridge named Nas recorded Illmatic, Boom Bap's masterpiece. With Wu-Tang, Biggie, and a tribe called Quest, the early 90s became hip-hop's golden age. But out west, a very different sound was loading. In 1988, 5 kids from Compton released Straight Outta Compton, with no radio play and no MTV. It went triple platinum anyway. Gangsta rap didn't need permission. The FBI even sent their label a warning letter about one song. Here's the twist. The letter became free advertising. The more America tried to silence it, the bigger it got. By the mid-90s, hip-hop's 2 capitals were at war. New York's Bad Boy versus LA's Death Row. Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G., former friends, became the faces of the feud. In September 1996, Tupac was killed in Las Vegas. 6 months later, Biggie was shot in LA. Neither murder was ever solved. The coasts called a truce, and into that silence stepped a third region everyone had overlooked. The South, specifically Atlanta. In Atlanta slang, a trap house is where drugs are sold. The music coming out of those neighborhoods took the name. In 2003, T.I. released trap music with producer DJ Tump and made the name official. T.I., Young Jeezy, and Gucci Mane became trap's holy trinity. And its heartbeat came from a machine that had flopped 20 years earlier, the Roland TR-808. Roland built only about 12,000 units before killing it in 1983 as a failure. Trap producers tuned its bass drum into a weapon and named a whole sound after it. By 2010, one producer, Lex Luger, was making beats for seemingly everyone. Meanwhile, a singer named T-Pain started using pitch correction software wrong, on purpose. In 2008, Kanye West built an entire heartbreak album around that robotic voice and unlocked Drake, Kid Cudi, Future, and Travis Scott. Rap learned to sing. The melodic era had begun. Then, in 2011, the coldest sound in hip-hop history came out of Chicago's South Side. They called it drill, local slang, traced to rapper Pac-Man's 2010 track, It's a Drill. Its face was a 16-year-old named Chief Keef, recording in a basement with producer Young Chop. His track, I Don't Like, blew up so fast that Kanye West remixed it within months. Drill crossed the Atlantic. London slowed it down, darkened it, and re-engineered the bass. The UK template, around 140 BPM, sliding 808 bass lines, syncopated hats, and haunting piano. One of its architects, 808 Mello, was a kid from Ilford who started producing in 2016 on a laptop with FL Studio. In 2019, a deep-voiced Brooklyn rapper found Mello's beats on YouTube. His name was Pop Smoke. Welcome to the party and Dior went platinum. Brooklyn Drill, a UK beat under a New York voice, went global. A sound born in Chicago, rebuilt in London, crowned in Brooklyn. Hip-hop had become a planetary relay race. And in 2017, the takeover became official. Hip-hop passed rock as America's most consumed genre for the first time ever. By 2024, R&B and hip-hop pulled 341 billion streams in the US alone, 1 out of every 4. The biggest song in the country was a rap diss track, Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. It won 5 Grammys. Then, in February 2025, Kendrick performed it at the Super Bowl. 133 million people watched, the most watched halftime show in history. 2 years earlier, on August 11, 2023, exactly 50 years after Cindy's party, hip-hop celebrated its birthday at Yankee Stadium. A few miles from that stage stands 1520 Sedgwick Avenue, officially recognized as the birthplace of hip-hop. From a 25-cent door charge to the biggest stage on earth in one lifetime. And here's the thing about hip-hop. Every single era started the same way. Kids nobody was watching, using tools nobody wanted. Boom bap came from pawnshop samplers. Trap from a failed drum machine. Drill from a laptop in a bedroom. Which means somewhere, right now, the next era is already being recorded. You just haven't heard it yet.